as usual, is the founder of the Life Enthusiast Co-op, Martin Patella. Hey, Martin, how are you doing today?
Excellent. Thank you. Doing great.
Awesome.
Um,
We got a special show for everybody. Joining us today is an amazing gentleman with over 16 years of dedicated experience and understanding of the inner workings of the human body. He's a true living master of what it means to walk the talk on the road to higher and higher levels of natural beauty, vibrant health, and peak performance. And I had the honor and delight of being with him on two occasions in the last 6 months because he swung through here twice. Once doing an evening talk on superfood smoothies, which was absolutely amazing, and then certifying my girlfriend the next day as a certified super smoothie expert. And then he came and spoke at the Seed event a couple months later, which I volunteered at and helped out at. And in both cases, I just found it absolutely amazing and just a fountain of information. So we want to welcome to the show David Wolfe. Hey, David, how you doing?
Awesome. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. So
Thanks for
you're
having me
in
on the show.
you're in sunny Hawaii.
That's right. Yeah, it's great here. We're in sunny Hawaii and just been soaking up the mana. You know, as they say here, it's this place has mana. It's got something in the soil and the air and the water that is different that you really can substantially feel it. And
Hmm.
it's just incredible. The rejuvenation you can pick up here in a very short period of time is
Number one, attend if they can do it in person, because everybody who's ever gone comes back saying, "I loved it. It was worth the time and the money and the sacrifice." But even
awesome.
if they can't, even just getting the recordings, and you probably still make available previous year's recordings or future, right?
Absolutely. I mean, in many cases we do deals where, we're giving away 30 DVDs for like $120 or $130. I mean, really, really good deals like that of past conferences. And the conference itself is a really incredible kinesthetic experience, just being with all those people in that environment. We've got the hotel set up in our favor. It's been very, very, very difficult and taken many, many years to find a hotel that will actually work with us in the way that we want to be worked with. For example, they only serve organic food in the hotel restaurant. I mean,
Wow.
you know how hard it is to get that to happen?
I'd say that's
Uh,
impossible.
it's impossible. It
Yeah.
is. It is. I gave up years ago, but luckily I have people on my team who didn't give up, and they just kept on it. And finally, this one hotel, the Hilton Hotel in Orange County, California, in Costa Mesa, said we'll do it. And they let us do all our own food downstairs. So they have organic food in their restaurant, and then we have all our food downstairs. That's of course all organic, and we've got all our superfoods and everything else there. So it's an entirely organic event. It's we got the run of the whole downstairs of the entire hotel, so it's just completely under our control, and we just have the best time ever. And we've got some great speakers, including Brzezinski, the guy who's figured out this whole, the cancer doctor is
Yeah, I
coming.
know.
Yeah, and he's the guy who's figured out this whole thing about peptides, which are protein chains shorter than 50 proteins long. So a chain that's shorter than 50 amino acids is called a peptide. And he found out that cancer patients had very disturbed peptide in their urine. They had wrong ratios. Were missing a huge amount of peptides. And he went about to work when he was a graduate student to figure out, well, maybe I could replenish these specific peptides and see if we can normalize these patients. And he's had one of the highest success rates against cancer of any doctor in the world. It's around 80%
Hmm.
remission rate, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So he's going to talk.
Nice.
Okay. It's like I want to give him the props for doing all that. My personal belief is that I would like to spend more time in prevention than in the back end of it, where I'm needing to try and save it and fix it. And of course, it's great because most people are motivated only after they have problems rather than before.
Right, yeah, when the pain has gotten to them. And unfortunately, we do live in a world that has to get to pain before a change is made. But I
Right.
think what's interesting about Brzezinski and what I'm going to talk to him about at the conference, and by the way, the conference is May 2nd through 5th, 2013, at the Orange County Hilton in Orange County, California, Costa Mesa. And what I'm going to talk to him about is he's basically figured out some kind of a backup immune system that if there's a secondary immune system that if you have the right peptide profile in your diet, your body is able to approach and accommodate an attack on mutated cells, on carcinogens, on tumors or whatever, and that's really interesting. So I don't think he's the end all. I think he's the beginning of a whole area of research that's just opening up, and I'm trying to get into it to figure out, okay, what is the preventative piece from what he's discovered? You know what I mean?
Okay.
His mind for that, because he's dealing with people who are dying, and we're dealing with people who are living.
My own perspective on it has been using the Otto Warburg studies where he documents that when you decrease the oxygen level by 35%, the cell will switch from respiration to fermentation, and at some point it will become permanent. So
I think that's seminal work, by the way. That
totally
so
key.
Seminal. Key.
And so we've been focusing on understanding how we can get the oxygen back in, and how we can get the cells to switch back to respiration or to shut down. So we've been taking a different approach than what Brzezinski is doing. Not to take away from that, but I just really want to focus elsewhere.
Yeah, totally, I get that. I kind of like to have a broad swath of the entire natural healing movement, because you never know. Maybe at one point there'll be some kind of a mega breakthrough that brings it all together. Maybe there already has been that, we just don't know about it. But I feel like that's coming. The cross-referencing of all this information is leading us somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he deserves the respect. I mean, man, this guy walked the dark path against the odds and the obstacles that he has faced. He's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's facing some very dark forces on the planet. Chemical, petroleum, energy conglomerates that are run by banks, which is about as bad as it gets, but whatever.
Yeah, that.
Oh wow! All right, well.
So that sounds like it's going to be a fun 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
so we're going to make sure that we're going to tell our listeners where they can register and how. It's going to be on the podcast, and I don't know, maybe we'll see you there.
Fantastic! You guys should come down. That'd be great.
We should.
We'd love to.
It's going to be about we hold it. We could make it bigger, but we just find it so nice to be in that hotel, so we just keep it at 1,500 people.
Nice.
So it's not too crazy. It's not like 3,000 people or 10,000 people. We just keep it in that nice zone, and we cap it at 1,500, and then that way we can kind of have the hotel in an organic format where everybody can get the food they're looking for. We can really interact, and we just found that that's a really good number. And so that's just for the folks out there who are wondering how crazy is it going to be. We keep it relatively small.
Cool. And there's another event that you've got happening before that.
Have you over?
Okay, thanks so much. Fantastic.
Awesome. So you've been listening to the Life Enthusiast Co-op online radio network, restoring vitality to you and the planet. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Thank you, David Wolfe, for being such a gracious guest. Really appreciate it.